everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create WooCommerce customer on Jotform submission. So I am an owner of an e-commerce store and using WooCommerce, I manage my store. And using Jotform, I have created a form with the help of which I collect my customers' data. Here what I want is that as soon as when if the customers, a new form submission is going to be done using Jotform, I want to add that customer in my WooCommerce account. Now creating these customers manually after the new form submission is very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Jotform and WooCommerce with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create WooCommerce customer on Jotform submission. So as an owner of an e-commerce store, I use Jotform to collect details. At the same time, I use WooCommerce to manage my online store, handle orders and maintain customers' account. To streamline my operations, I have implemented an automation that connects Jotform to WooCommerce. Now, whenever by any of the customer, a new form submission is going to be done using Jotform, automatically that customer is going to be added in my WooCommerce account. This ensures all my customers' information is instantly added in my store system, saving time and improving efficiency. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between Jotform and WooCommerce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create WooCommerce Customer on Jotform Submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, over here, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Jotform Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create WooCommerce Customer on Jotform Submission, and you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is the response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Jotform. As using Jotform, I have created a form with the help of which I'm collecting my customers' data, okay? I want that as soon as any of the customers, a new form submission is going to be done using Jotform, automatically over here the trigger should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I have selected it as Jotform. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new response. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build a connection between Jotform and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to go back to the form that I've created using Jotform. So this is the form right over here and I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. In order to connect this form, go to the settings option over here from the panel right here. After coming to settings, over here from the left side of the panel, go to this integrations page right here. As you go to land towards the integrations page, over here on the search bar, you have to search for webhooks. Select webhooks right here. You can see it is asking for the webhook URL in the add webhook field. In this field, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. After entering the webhook URL, I'm going to click on this complete integration button right here. As I've done that, it says integration is ready. If I'm going to go back, you can see a tick mark is on the webbook section. You can see right here, okay? As now the webbook is successfully added to this form that I've created using Jotform, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. You can see it is saying waiting for webbook response. So now to check whether Jotform is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test submission of this form that I've created. And after doing the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test submission being done or not. For doing the test submission over here from the panel, I'm going to go to this publish section. After coming to publish section, over here it says open a new tab. I'm going to click on this button right here. As I'm going to do that, you can see over here, this is the form that I've created using Jotform. And now with the help of this form, I'm going to do the test submission, okay? Firstly, over here it is asking for the full name, phone number, and the email. We're going to fill in the details. For the full name over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as customer45. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. And for the email over here, I'm going to write it as test45@pabblytudes.com. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button to do the test submission. It says thank you, your submission has been received. As now the test submission is done, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the form submission, okay? If you're going to tally the response, I'm going to scroll down. You can see over here the email comes as test45@pabblytudes.com. This is the mobile number. First name as test, last name as customer45 with all the other details of the form submission. As the response has now been successfully captured, this means that Jotform has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever by name the customer, a new form submission is going to be done using Jotform, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. And here my objective is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done by the customer using Jotform, I want to add that customer in my WooCommerce account. Now for doing that, we're going to select our action application over here as WooCommerce. So I'm going to select my action application. And for the action event, I'm going to select as add new customer. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have, okay? After that, over here it is asking for the customer key, customer secret, and the website URL. For all these details, I'm going to tell you the steps one by one. For that, what you have to do is go back and log into your WooCommerce account. After logging into your WooCommerce account to have the customer key and the secret, firstly from the left side of the panel, go to the settings option right here under WooCommerce. After coming to the settings page over here from this panel, we have to go to this advanced section right here. After coming to advanced section, from the page setup, go to this REST API button right here. As we're going to come to this, next to REST API, it says add key. Click on this button right here. Over here, it is asking for the description. That is the name of the key. For the name of the key over here, I'm going to write it as new customer created. Okay. Next, it is asking for the user. For the user, I'm going to select the user from the drop down over here. Okay. Next, it is asking for the permission. I'm going to give the permission as read/write. Okay. And then I'm going to click on this generate API key button right here. You can see the customer key and the customer secret is going to appear. I'm going to copy this key from here and paste it right over in the place of customer key. And for the secret, I'm going to copy the secret from here and paste it right over here. Okay. After that, over here, it is asking for the website URL. To have the website URL, I'm going to log into my WooCommerce account. To have the website URL, I'm going to log into my WooCommerce account. So to have the website over here, you can see in this URL over here, this is the URL from https to .com. I'm going to copy it from here and paste it right over here. Okay. If in the end there is a slash, we have to remove the slash from here, okay? After entering all the required details, I'm going to click on the save button right here. As I've done that, you can see WooCommerce has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. After connecting, it is asking for all these details using which we are going to create a customer in our WooCommerce account. So for the data of this fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. And as I'm going to click on it, this is the same response that was captured in our previous step. And in the response, you receive the data of the customer that we want to add in our WooCommerce account. So for the data of this field of this email, I'm going to select the data of the email from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data. After that, over here it is asking for the first name. So for the data of the first name field, I'm going to map the data of the first name right here. Similarly, for the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name right here. Next, it is asking for username and password, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part, okay? It is asking for the billing's first name. I'm going to map the data of the first name right here. And for the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name over here, okay? After that, it is asking for all these details, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. For the email field, I'm going to map the data of the email that I've received right here. For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number right here that I've received, okay? After that, again, it is asking for the shipping's first name. I'm going to map the data right here. Last name, I'm going to map the data. Then it is asking for the company and all these details, which I do not have, so I'm going to skip the part, okay? And after filling all the required details right here, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, over here you can see we have received a response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my WooCommerce account to check whether a new customer has been created in my account or not. For that, I'm going to open my WooCommerce account. So this is my WooCommerce account right here, and I'm going to refresh this customer's page over here. So I'm going to refresh this page. As I've refreshed the page, you can see a new customer has been added in my WooCommerce account. Let us tally the response of the customer that is created right here. The name of the customer over here comes as Test Customer 45. Okay, this is the nickname Test 45. You can see right here. Email comes as test45@pablitudes.com. And if I'm going to further check the details, you can see right over here, this is the dummy mobile number. Okay. As now the customer is successfully created in my WooCommerce account, this means that we have successfully created an automation between Jotform and WooCommerce with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum together what we have done, I'm an owner of an e-commerce store, and using WooCommerce, I manage my store, and using Jotform, I collect the data of my customers. Over here for the trigger, I've selected as whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the customers using Jotform, I want to create that customer in my WooCommerce account. I want to add that customer in my WooCommerce account. And for that, I've set up this action step in which I'm creating the new customer in my WooCommerce account, okay? And with the help of Pabbly Connect, I've built the automation between these two applications. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.